Hello there. This recording is just for documenting purposes. I haven't been posting as much lately because I've been heads down and just focusing on the important things. All the posting stuff on social media can take a backseat right now. But I'll get that underway as soon as I have more parts of the business moving and I get this prototype together. The sourcing the ingredients has been the big project right now. So I'm working really hard on this. It's a lot. It's a lot to gather and a lot to calculate and figure out what you're going to be putting into what we're putting into these bars, and having to subtract and add certain things just to make sure we're getting the proper amount of macronutrients on each level, from the base ingredients to the protein to the proper amount of fats, to make sure we have the right textural, um, bite in the meal bar, whether it's too chewy or too creamy or too firm, or does it fall apart, too crumbly. So we have to have that correct. The binding, trying to figure out the right binding solution without adding too much. As a matter of fact, I've omitted pretty much most of the saturated fats. I'm not even gonna. I don't think I'm gonna get above 5 grams, if any, maybe 3 of saturated fats by what I'm using. I'm just trying to steer away from anything harmful as much as possible. So we're going for all organic, which is making these meal bars actually very expensive. So sourcing the costs when as we get things rolling in the beginning, it's going to be pretty costly for me. But as we get things moving and can make these connections and build these relationships with these suppliers, those costs should be coming down a little bit. So we're shooting for everything to be gluten-free. I do know people with celiac, and gluten-free is going to be one of those things that I think will bring a lot of value to this. I also know people with peanut allergies too. So it's going to be free of nuts. This first product especially. So, and I think we're going to be going with a lot of cool things on here. I can't wait to bring it out and what we've come up with. I may just run through this really quick and show you. So a lot of dates and dried figs, rolled oats are going to be used, just like the base. We're probably going to be using, it was a toss up between egg whites and Greek yogurt. So we're probably going to be using egg whites, dried egg whites, because we're going to try to avoid the salmonella, having to worry about that as much as possible. We're using pumpkin seeds also as a protein source, and trying to decide if I should up the egg whites and leave out either pea protein powder and whey protein powder, or if I should even out the egg whites with the pumpkin seeds and add the pea protein powder. So it's a toss-up. If I add the protein powder, it's a toss-up between pea and whey. And believe it or not, I was also approached if I would like to add cricket protein powder to the bunch as well, but I decided against it. I heard it had a mild and nutty flavor. So in case if any of you are interested, they sell cricket protein powder now. And I don't even know how long that's been going on, but it can't be that long. But let's see. So we're going to be using, for fats, probably going to be using sunflower seed butter and chia seeds. A lot of these experiments I've been doing so far, I've already been using chia seeds. And for flavor and nutrients, this is going to have sort of a spice to it. So there's going to be some cayenne pepper and some cinnamon, matcha powder, and some ginger powder and stuff as well. So, and for the textural, to give it good texture and to make it have a good crunch, we're probably going to be using something. There was a toss-up between a few items, but I'm going with the quinoa, the puffed quinoa, and the cacao nibs. And for binding, I'm probably going to be using unsweetened applesauce, believe it or not. It was a toss up between that and mashed bananas. And I may use the applesauce. I was using coconut oil, the unrefined virgin coconut oil. I decided against it, and because it added 9 grams, shot up 9 grams of saturated fat to it. And I know the American Heart Association daily recommendation for saturated fats is, I think it's 12 or 13 grams per day on a 2,000 calorie based diet. And getting 9 grams, even higher if I added coconut flakes, was taking it to that max, and I didn't want to get there. So I got rid of the coconut oil, and I'm going to attempt applesauce unsweetened and see what that does. And we'll just go from there. So that's what we're working on. We're working on getting this, all these, just to get, see, some of these items, I'm not buying the large bulks right now. So I'm paying retail. So basically, I'm getting just enough to make maybe 50 bars, and some of them I have enough to make 100 bars. The cayenne pepper, for example, I only need a pinch of cayenne pepper per bar. So that's that bag, a pound of cayenne pepper is going to go a long ways, until we get rolling. Because once we get rolling, then that cayenne pepper will still probably empty out pretty quickly, I can imagine. But so my initial costs in running through this is just around $450 in ingredients, just to get this going, so I can produce at least 50 bars and go from there. So, and some of this is because the cost is up so much because we are using all organic. So it's going to be very important as I get going to bring those costs down and make those right connections with certain wholesalers and suppliers, so we can bring those costs down significantly. So if I'm looking at, on an average, so to speak, if I add all this up, and I haven't finished adding everything up of what that would cost me, it may end up costing around $11 per bar on my end at retail. And if it's going to be at that cost, and my intent was to only be able to, charge between $7 and $10 per bar, and to be able to sell a box of 5 bars for $50. But at that rate, at this cost, it's going to be kind of impossible to do that. So I definitely have to bring those costs down. And plus, you're talking about other overhead costs that go into it. So there's many things that are going to go into this, in just the production and the manpower to be able to do this as well. So if I were to charge $20 per bar, that makes it a premium organic product, and that would give me 50% margin on the product cost. On the product cost alone, that doesn't include all the other overheads. So we're looking at a very substantial, expensive product unless I can bring these costs down significantly. So I'm going to be working hard on that. But to get off the ground, I think a lot of this is going to be coming out of my pocket to keep it as cheap as possible for the consumer. At the same time, still make it a premium priced product, because I'm going to have to go premium. I can't just lowball a very low number with a product like this. And hopefully the market responds well. But we'll see what happens, because how we position this is going to be very important. And that's that. So it's a start. So we'll keep going and see what we can do, and just documenting. So hopefully I get some time tonight. I was actually supposed to be recording Food Bar Fridays for tomorrow, but I guess that takes a back seat. So maybe we'll get around to it tomorrow, but right now I got to get this stuff done. We got to work on this and get this stuff underway. So a lot of cool things happening and I can't wait to share more and keep posted. So I'll share more on the newsletter. If any of you guys are not on the newsletter, please opt into it at grit49.com. You can go, there's an opt-in, sign up, just sign up, put your email in there, and I'll be sure to keep you posted there on what's going on with everything, and how you can get involved as well to help as we bring these to the market. So thank you for listening, and I will keep you posted and be in touch soon. So let's get after it, and hopefully I'll get another video out to you by tomorrow, but we'll talk soon. Take care.